you want to live here too. Come home to Ascension Living.
Donate to our Share Your Christmas Food Drive at participating Walmarts.
Every year, the Mary Ellen Locher Scholarship Fund awards thousands of dollars to area students heading off to college, and applications are now open for the 2024-2025 academic year. We're so happy to have Jennifer Nicely join us this morning with CHI Memorials Foundation, proudly wearing your pink.
I am.
Good to talk to you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
So these are not scholarships awarded to just any college student. This is for anyone whose parent has undergone breast cancer.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. So have a parent who's currently undergoing treatment, have a parent who has survived breast cancer, or a parent, unfortunately, who has passed away from breast cancer.
This all began because of Mary Ellen Locher, and it was really a vision that she had as she was going through her own battle, right,
Exactly. Jennifer? So the scholarship fund has now been around 21 years.
Wow.
So Mary Ellen began the program right before she passed away. She had a child who was going to be going off to college in the next few years, and she had really seen firsthand how devastating financially a cancer diagnosis and treatment could be on a family, and she was worried about her own son and how he would be able to go to college.
So what does it look like for the students out there who will be putting in these applications now, as long as you're a senior right now?
So you could be a senior, or you could already be in college, but it is for college tuition only.
Okay, so when they're getting the application, is it terribly involved, Jennifer, or do you try to make it pretty
We've tried to
easy?
simplify it a little bit over the years. So there is an essay that we ask the student to write about how their parents' experience with breast cancer has impacted their lives. And then normal scholarship things, we want a letter of recommendation from a teacher, we want grades, we want resume, some of those types of things. So it shouldn't be too time consuming.
You know, whenever you do make the awards named, there's usually a write-up of some sort with the listing of the kids, and I can't tell you how many years over these 21, I've read that list and I've gone, oh, I know that child, I know that child. And sometimes they still have their parent with them. Sometimes it's been a loss. So it's more than just the financial, isn't it? This is also almost like a validation, if you will, of what they've experienced.
Right. It's hard on a child to see their parent go through any illness, but you know, breast cancer strikes women often so young, while they do have young children at home, and it makes a big impact on that child's life. I think, you know, it really can change who they are, how they approach life. So many times we hear these children say they want to go into the medical field, become a physician, become a nurse, because of their parents' experience with a health crisis.
I know that we're focusing primarily this morning on the foundation side of it, because that's where the awarding comes from for the monetary scholarships. But you can't talk CHI Memorial and not talk then the Breast Center, because y'all are seeing success there. I mean, what was 21 years ago and what is today?
Right.
Very different
It
things.
is tremendous. And you know, each year it just increases more and more. We're back to pre-COVID numbers with screenings, which is a wonderful thing. Unfortunately, during COVID, a number of people put off those annual screenings that they really need to have. So we went through a brief time in there where we were seeing breast cancers diagnosed at a later stage, and so getting back to some more regular annual screening numbers. We looked recently at the number of breast cancers that have been diagnosed since the Breast Center opened 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago. We have diagnosed one breast cancer on average every single day the Breast Center's been open.
Wow.
Which is really hard to believe.
That's hard to believe, and I think what's also hard to conceptualize until you know somebody who's walking the walk there is that each one of those ones diagnosed every day becomes very personal to the team.
Yes.
I think that they're even discussed by name.
They are. So every single new breast cancer diagnosis is taking what we call tumor conference. So all of the specialists are sitting around the table discussing that case. You've got your pathologist, your radiologist, your radiation oncologist, your medical oncologist, your surgical oncologist, everybody looking at all of the information and discussing what's the best treatment plan for that specific patient.
And calling her by name.
Yes.
That's a lot of power in that. So with the applications, as people begin to do this, is it open just if you're in Hamilton County? Is it extended to North Georgia?
So 100-mile radius of Chattanooga.
Okay.
Is the criteria.
Okay.
So far beyond Hamilton County, and we've tended to have a lot of students from Cleveland, especially the Cleveland area, but also down in North Georgia. And so we welcome anyone who fits into that criteria to please apply.
Do you happen to know the deadline?
February 23rd.
Okay, so there's not a lot of time, so maybe you could consider, if you're a high school senior or a student home from college, to do it while you're over your Christmas break.
Yes.
So you'll find that information on their website, which is Mary Ellen's Locher Scholarship Fund. Is that right?
Yep.
.grantplatform.com. That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
You can email the email that you see there on your screen.
Sure.
Or just call 495-4438, and they will happily make sure you've got all your spellings right for the website to get everything submitted properly. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you so much.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
A classic holiday tradition continues. Local 3 welcomes Ice on the Landing in its new location at the First Horizon Pavilion. Skate now through January 28th. Check hours and book your tickets at iceonthelanding.com.
Seeing clearly matters. Being seen matters more. Get 40% off